How many of you all believe you are a leader? Whether you are a homemaker, whether you are a boss at office, or whether you're riding a bike and standing at a signal, I strongly believe each one of us is a leader. It is often said, people may not believe what you say, but they'll surely believe what you do. Good morning, ToastMasters and dear guests. I have a story to share. A story of me and my young 6-year-old son, Hriday. Before I begin the story, I have a statutory warning to give. Any resemblance or reference to a character in the story, whether a person known or unknown, or an event which is personal or professional, is highly likely and surely intentional. The reason why I say that is, on one fine day, I called in my office and said, I'm not coming, I'm not well. Remember the last time you said that? When there was an India-Pakistan cricket match? Or you have a Shah Rukh Khan star movie released and you want to be there for the first day, first show? Exactly. That way I called in sick. I was laying on my couch, relaxing and watching a India-Pakistan match. And there, sitting by my side was my son, 6-year-old, watching something on his phone, on my phone. And suddenly, there was a call on the phone. And it read, boss calling. Boss calling. Baffled and terrified of what to say and not wanting to change any plan, I suddenly asked my son, son, lift the call and tell I'm not there. Dad, you are here. Okay. Tell him I'm sleeping. Dad, when did you start sleepwalking? Okay. Tell him I'm not well. Just tell him I'm not well, okay? Dad, what's wrong? Should we go to the hospital? I said, tell him I'm not there. My dad is not there, he told me to tell you. But Dad, didn't you say yesterday night, speak the truth, come what may? And there it was, I had to swallow a bitter pill. But that didn't end there. A few days later, I got a call from my child's school saying, don't worry about your son's homework. It will be taken care of in a few days. Just make sure he gets well soon. Baffled and surprised, not knowing what happened, I asked my wife, is something wrong with Hriday? She said, no, he's perfectly fine. Then I asked my son, what's wrong? He said, Dad, you won't understand, forget it. And that's where I realized the power of what we do is something different from what we say. And when I look back at my own personal stories of where I learned leadership or something that influenced me, when I look back at my childhood, when I look at stories, I don't remember even vaguely what my mom or dad taught me in what they said. But what I surely remember is how my family, how my mother used to sacrifice some meals so that the family gets the food on time and everyone is full in their stomach. I remember how my dad, even till date, despite being a millionaire, gets his clothes stitched because the branded ones just take the money for the name of the brand. I remember how my dad used to take care of the employees in the business and their needs of education, of educating their child or something. And that's where I learned the importance of family and sacrifice, the importance of frugality, like visually speaking, or the importance of giving back or the attitude of gratitude which is required. And that's where I learned these things, not by what I listened or how it was lectured to me, but by what I saw. And that is what made a big difference to my life. So when I ask you whether you are a leader or not, look at how things you do. Whether you are at your home, while your child is asking, or you are teaching your child, don't stay on the phone always. How are you saying that? Son, don't look at the phone always. Or one more example where you are telling your child to speak softly. How do you say? You are irritable and something wrong has been done by child. How do you say, don't shout to him? Don't shout. Don't shout! What does he learn? Will he listen to what you're saying or will he see what you're doing? And that's where I started to learn this thing of the examples are what taught me. And when I look back of what I am doing today when I'm stopping at a signal, at a red signal, with my son by my side, or wearing a helmet while I'm driving my bike, I can proudly say this, that today when I bought a toy bike for my bike, he said, I won't get onto that bike until you're buying me a helmet. That's where he learned, not by what I said or what by a rule is being said that you have to follow your safety regulations. Not because someone is saying that I'll pay a challan that you have to wear a helmet, but because he's seeing that this is the right thing to do and this is what you care for and how you're caring for yourself. That is how I learned, and I've seen the examples of how it is being implemented by someone else. And that's where I say, if you want to be a leader, stand for everything that you believe in. Display of what you stand for, not say. People are far more likely to follow your footsteps and not follow your sermons. Be an example, and that's where the world will change. So if you wish to be a leader in whatever role that you are, begin by one thing. I'm not sure it will always work or not, but definitely this is the place that you have to begin, and you have to begin by being an example.